Good morning and welcome. I'm welcoming you to our Sunday series called Play and Learn. We also have a couple of them that we do during the week too that you can tune into on YouTube. But I'm Dr. Susan and I am delighted you are here this morning. And today we are going to look at how we can find our talent. Do you have any talents? I know I have a few. But I wonder if you can think of any that you might specifically have. But let's look at our book first, and then we'll talk a little bit about what you might have as a talent. And then I thought an idea came to me when I was reading the book to myself was, I wonder how we can pick one of these talents out that the book talks about and put it to practice. So that's one of the things that we're going to do this morning too. So let's take a look at the book and see what it has to tell us. So sit back and enjoy. All right, let's get started. All right, A Little Spot of Talent. And the book is by Diane Alber, and she does the illustrations too. So it's a story about finding your way to shine. So there's the little spot up there that we see on some of our books. Almost one every week. They have such fun books. And find out what he has to share with us today. He says, "Hi, I'm a little spot of talent. I show up when you are talented at something. Being talented is when you are very good at doing something. This could be a skill that is fun, entertaining, beautiful, or just unique. Does everyone have a talent spot?" The little boy asks. Great question. Yes, everyone has their own talent spot. Sometimes you find it right away, and sometimes it can take a while to see. That's why I'm here to help. So let's see what he has to say. I'm sure you've been able to see talent in others, like a kid who is great at basketball or someone who can paint something amazing. Being able to recognize talent in others can help you find your talent spot because it gives you a chance to see so many possibilities. Talent spots can be a little tricky sometimes because some of them love to hide. We get to play a game of hide and seek. These talent spots are harder to see and harder to find because they are hiding behind things that you would not think to try. Like playing an accordion, performing magic tricks, or riding a unicycle. Does any of those things sound interesting to you? I don't think I have a talent spot. I can't find it. Don't worry. If you don't know where your talent spot is now, it doesn't mean you don't have one. It just means you haven't found it yet. And we look on the other page, and there's all kinds of things that boys and girls are doing. So let's take a look and see what else he has to say. That's why I made a talent spot map. Oh, that's fun. It will help you find your talent spot. Are you ready to get started? Absolutely. Well, we can save ours for a little later. We can do it together. But it says there's a start spot, and it says find your way to shine. And then there's a word courage, confidence, giving, optimism, happiness, perseverance, and patience. All points to talent. Now that's a map. We'll have to remember that map. Okay, let's start at the beginning. The first spot here on the map is courage. You need courage to try as many new skills as you can, even if you're scared or embarrassed, so you can find what you might be talented at. That's the first thing. Like auditioning for a school play. Has any of you done that? or trying out for a team. You could even attempt to play an instrument. Even if you don't know how to do it, the first step is just to try. The more things you try, the easier it will be to find your talent spot. Looks like they're both having a good time with those instruments. Here's another spot on the map. This one is a spot of confidence. How would you apply that? Your confidence spot and your talent spot are the best of friends. Do you know, when you are talented at something, it can make you feel confident too. That feeling that you know you can do something and you step in and do it. Make a list of all the things that you feel confident doing. Things like math, dancing, or singing. Your talent spot might be hiding within these skills. Giving is the next spot you see. When you give of your time to help others, you not only have an opportunity to experience new things, but you can also meet new people. That's interesting. Volunteering might help you discover something you never knew you enjoyed. Reading stories, that's always fun. The next spot here is optimism. Having a positive outlook helps you look at things differently. When you can shift your mindset, it is easier to keep working in challenging situations. Negative thoughts, positive thoughts. And there's her mindset. Being optimistic helps you manage negative thoughts so it can be easier to try new things. We'll talk about that in just a little while. Happiness spot is next. Your talent spot is often near your happiness spot. Think about what makes you happy. What do you like talking about? Can you do activities for hours like drawing or painting? Or maybe you love reading or writing. Do you love animals or building blocks? Your talent spot might be in there. And there's that. I think we've seen that robot before. And taking care of a garden. All kinds of things. Didn't know talent looked so different, did you? We are almost done. The next spot is perseverance. We talked about that last week. There are times you don't find your talent spot right away because you are distracted when something doesn't go as you planned. You can persevere and keep trying things as when things become hard or challenging. Your talent spot might be waiting for you at the finish line. Sometimes it takes a little practice to grow your talent spot big enough to see it shine. Well, that's certainly an incentive, isn't it? The last spot on the map is patience. If you haven't found your talent spot, that's okay. It can take some time to find what you're good at. Your talent spot can show up when you least expect it. It can be tomorrow, a week from now, or years from now. My biggest hope is that you will never stop looking for it. I forgot to tell you, and this is very important, your talent spot actually needs you as much as you need it. Even though it might be hiding or might be super small, it wants you to find it. If you ever find something that interests you, give it a try. It might be your talent spot attempting to shine. So, do you think you're ready to go find your talent spot? Let's investigate and find out. But that's the end of what the spot has to tell us today. So, there's all kinds of little information that the talent spot shared with us today. And it shared all kinds of different things and all kinds of ways that you can find your talent. And sometimes you might want to add an S to those talent. There's a lot of talents you might already have, and you haven't considered them something that was a talent, as he said. How good are you at doing math? A lot of people struggle with math. A lot of kids have a really hard time doing math. But that's a skill. He calls it a skill and a talent. And a skill is something that you kind of do automatically. Like, do you know that it takes a skill to organize? To organize your room, your way of doing your homework, your way of getting your chores done. It does take a skill to do all of that. So we can be skillful at lots of things, but maybe those little things don't want to shine out particularly. And you have one particular thing like you really like doing better than anything else that you want to do. That's where your talent shows up. So think about those ideas that he gave us on how to find your talent. One of the things that I thought was interesting in the book was when he was talking about helping others. I thought, well, that's a really good idea. When we do something like that, we may find a talent for ourselves, but we also may open up possibilities for other people to look at the same idea, even though it's not written down, like, are you looking for your talent? But what we're gonna do a little project this morning, and I hope you enjoy it, and we're gonna kind of take the map idea that they were talking about and use that. So we have a chance to get through all the activities in this part of the program. I wanted to be able to talk about the map that we're going to make. It isn't the map that they showed us in the book about finding your talent. It's actually putting your talent to work. And you may not find it a talent, but it's a way of being of service not only to yourself, but to others. And because we're in this particular time that we're in, it's kind of unique and different that we can't go running to our neighbor's house to visit and do all these other things and talk to people on the street or talk to kids at school. We don't have that opportunity right now. It's coming back little by little, but it's not huge right now. So what I thought is that sometimes when we're stuck at home and we can't go out anywhere or do anything or, just talk on the phone to our friends or, on the computer and stuff, we really can't see them face to face. I wonder how many people, maybe just in your neighborhood, that feels like, gosh, I can't do anything, can't go anywhere, can't talk to anybody, that you might be able to use the possibility of a talent, we'll see, and make a difference not only for yourself, but for other people. So what I decided, or what I thought it would be a fun activity to do, and like a service project that you can do in your neighborhood. So neighborhood, or you could even do it at the park. You don't really need anybody, you need yourself, and possibly your mom and dad to go with you to help you, assist you on this. They can be your assistants, okay? You be the director and they're going to be the assistants. So what we're going to do this morning is, I don't know if you've heard of this, but there's a company that does this thing called the Kindness Project. And what they've done, and we've done a couple of things over the last, since March, we've done a couple of things, is that you find stones, and I'm going to show you those so you can look right here in this camera. So I have a big old stone right here. Whoops. I have to bother our engineer for just one moment. Greg, we need to turn the camera lens. So I'll just show you this way. I think you might be able to see it this way. It's kind of a long distance, but maybe you can see it. And then the other camera will come on where you can see it sitting on the table. But anyway, we're going to take these stones that I got, and these are specimens that all the stuff that was on them, the dirt and residue and things like that's all been tumbled off. They put it in a rock tumbler to tumble it off. So it's very smooth. So okay, there we go. Thank you. Now we see that I have this size, and I have a little white one too. So you can see this one. I think you can see it. I'll put my hand under it so you get a gooder view. So, and this one kind of is unique. It's got a little hole that might be kind of useful there. And then there's the one, and this one kind of has little bumps and speckles on it, but it's still smooth enough. So the rock project, and it's rocks, and you put words on it or you paint pictures of it and you can leave them different places. Well, ours is going to be a little specific today. So one of the ways one of the things that I want us to think about is, can you think of 26 words that would inspire people? What kind of word would inspire people? If we take the alphabet and we pick 2 words for each letter, we would have 52 rocks that we could decorate and make. I know that's a lot, so we'll just go 1 for each one. So the one that I started out with, and I made this one, and I'm going to put it over so you can see it better, and I painted a flower, and I put the word life. I wrote it down the long way of the rock because it fit better. So that word says life. So I did that, and I have special pens that I have. These are called paint markers. You don't necessarily have to have these. You can use a Sharpie. A Sharpie works really good on these stones. Okay, so you can use Sharpies too, if your mom has those kind of things. A regular marker doesn't seem to work because it comes off of the rock. So this one, as I said, was a pretty flower, and it says life. So that's one of the rocks, and we'll go on to the next part of the project after we do this. And so I'm going to take, on my piece of paper, I just wrote the alphabet out, and the word I'm using for L is life. So I'm going to write that under here. So I know I've used that word. So let's think of a word with B. How about the word beauty? So we'll write beauty underneath this one. This is just kind of our letter map. So we're going to write beauty there. And for C, the thought that I came up with, now I hope you're thinking too, so if you want to do this project, write down the letters or the words that you're thinking about and put them on a list. If you need help with printing and stuff, ask mom or dad, or maybe your older brother or sister. So the next letter, it was a C, so let's put caring. I'm going to write caring there. This is just to remind me. And D, what would D be? Well, you think of a word that starts with D. That might be a positive, inspiring word. So E is maybe everyone. Everyone can do this. So we're going to write everyone here. And when somebody sees like that on a stone, they go, everyone? What does everyone mean? Well, there's the part of the last part of the project. I'm going to just show you the card now, and we'll go over it again in a minute. Is once we finish with this rock, and we make our map. I'll tell you what map we're going to make here. But I just wanted to give you an idea of the words. We could probably just use these 3 words because I have life already done. That one there. So we'll leave that sit there. And we're going to turn this over, and I'm going to use my neighborhood as a sample of what else we can do. So just going to take a ruler, and you're going to make a big square, like your neighborhood, maybe like 3 blocks or something like that in your neighborhood. So, and your blocks can be short, it doesn't matter, and with all the stones that you have. So I'm just going to make like this, and I'm going to do 1 street. I'm going to make 2 lines together so we know this is a street, like that. And then here's another street. So, and of course you'd have to figure out how many houses are on the street. So that gives us 3 streets. So here's one house. I'm going to put it here. My house is here, second house from the end. So this is me. I'm just going to write me. And these are my neighbors. I have one over here, and some we'll just draw houses like this. And those represent houses, okay? As you can see this. So, and then continue on and do the same thing on this side. Now you have 2 sides of the street for your houses. These ones particularly because I kind of know these people, not really close friends, but I do know them. Always say hi and how they doing. But right now, in order to visit all of these houses, we wouldn't be able to do that. So the rocks are going to visit the house for us. So here's what we're going to do. There's our map, and this is the map I'm going to be using. So I'm going to do, right now I'm just going to show you how to do this many rocks and coming up with the words. Excuse me. All right. So after we get this part done, then I'm going to take these, and you can put them in a little Ziploc bag if you want to, your stone. You're going to take, or make, if you possibly want to, this little card. And this card says, a gift for you. And it says, thank you for making a difference. Now, here is going to give them an idea, how did I make a difference? What did I do? This is where they get to think about the possibilities that could come out of, how did I make a difference? Well, if you went shopping and you spent money, you're putting your money into the economy that helps run our country, and so you've made a difference there. You may have decided that when you went to the store, if you went with your mom, say, you know, Sister would love something like that. Can we get something like that? And Mom says, yeah, sure, we can do that. We can do that. We can fit it in our budget. So you pick that out for Sister, and that's a special gift for her that you're giving her to bring joy and love, and, you know, maybe it's a special treat she likes. So you've made a difference. You made a difference in her life. You made her happy. You made her smile, and you gave her something that did that for her. So this will help our neighbors and friends and people begin to think, how am I making a difference? And so, and the possibilities open wide, and they can do whatever they want to do with that idea. That's their job. So down here at the bottom, it says, it's in little print, from an inspiring volunteer. So what you have done, or what I have done, and I'm hoping you're going to want to do it too, is I am being a volunteer to make these stones and decorate them and put a word on it and made some cards to go with it. So I'm going to put these in a little Ziploc bag, and I'm going to put this card, and I'm going to put this rock, this picture, the one that I decorated, just like that, and I'm going to put it in, like I said, in a little Ziploc bag, and I'm going to take it and put it on the front porch of all my neighbors. You don't have to knock on the door, just put it on their front porch and stay off the grass and, you know, be respectful of their home. And then just go to the next house and the next house and just continue to do that. So what you've done is you've opened lots of doors and lots of opportunities for people. Plus, you've had fun in creating the stones, because you have lots of ways that you can create, and the words and the pictures, and you might want to make this a family project where the whole family can get together, make the stones, and then if you don't want to put it in the bags and stuff like that, a lot of times you can just go to the park and just leave them maybe on one of the benches at the picnic tables, or you can leave it by a tree. It's not going to hurt the environment, okay? This doesn't come off, so it's not going to hurt anything. We're not going to put grease and oil and things like that into the ground. So it's a very lovely little thing to do, and it's a way to not only inspire them, but inspire you too. And you might find that, wow, this is really kind of fun. What else can I do to make a difference in people's lives and maybe not even be seen? You could be like invisible, right? And they'll pick it up off their porch and go, oh, this is really cool. What is this? So that's the way you can be an inspiring volunteer. All right? You're volunteering to inspire without having to say anything to anyone. You're kind of like doing the invisible, right? So there's this one. So we've done that one. So when I get home today, I'm going to continue working on these, and I'm going to take my grandsons, and we're going to finish some of the stones. And we're going to put them in the bags, and we're going to quietly go around the neighborhood and just put them on the porch. I don't think you want to put them in the mailbox because it might smush something in the mailbox. We don't want to do that. And then it may fall on the ground when the postman, you know, puts mail and stuff in the mailbox and gets stuck at the very back and people don't see it. The whole idea is for people to see them and to see how they feel inspired. So today we've done a service project, is what we call it. So let's think of, we did, let's flip our map over to our letter map. We have two maps, and this one is beauty. So, except I want to do one down here, the S. I want to put smile, because I can guarantee you when someone picks up the stone and sees it, big smile will come on their face. Oh, isn't this pretty? How neat, and that kind of stuff. And then when they read the card, wow, I have a gift. Somebody gave me a gift today. How great is that? You get to make people smile and be happy. So I'm going to take this stone right here, and I think I'm going to grab my yellow paint marker. And these paint markers, and you can get these, but like I said, if you have a Sharpie, you can use that too. Okay? So this one, I'm going to do a big sun. Let's see, I'll do it down here, then you can see it. So I'm going to do a sun like that and do the lines out. Now you can always add other colors to this because the sun isn't always yellow. Sometimes it's white. And then once it dries, you can go over top of it again. So we'll color this in. You can color it really solid. Okay, it just takes a little bit of time to do that. Okay. And if you want to be very artistic, I'm going to kind of make these rays a little bit different, not just little lines. Make them like triangles. Okay. Just do that. And of course, with the sun there, you may want to be creative. And if your talent is art, this would be a really fun project. And you could make it as creative as you want it to be, or as simple as you want it to be. That's all up to you. That all depends on how you want to use your creativity or talent, if you feel your talent is artistic, and everybody's artistic to some degree. A lot of people don't believe that, but everybody is to some degree. So there we go. So we have the sun. I'm going to go over it again, and this will make it darker once the first layer dries. Okay, and then I'm going to put the yellow away. And then I think I'll use maybe dark blue. See how well it shows up. We'll see. And then I want to write smile. Well, that's good. Shows up really well. S-M-I-L-E. And it doesn't have to be written in a straight line across the top. You can write it in a circle if you want to. Depends on how you'd like to do it. So there's smile. Okay, there's the sun and a smile. And what you may want to do, well, this is what I'm going to do with this particular rock, is I'm going to, if this is dry enough, it is I'm going to put a big smile on the sun. And 2 eyes. And color them in. And there's a big smile. Okay? So we've used the word smile, and we've done a sun. You can get a lot more decorative and stuff with that. So there, now you have 2. It doesn't take a lot of time. It's a lot of fun. And you can think about all the different things that you can put on the stone. You can color it. This also works if you want to use like poster paint. You can paint on the stone. The only thing you have to do with that is coat it with a clear spray so that the paint doesn't get washed off. That's the other thing you have to do if you use paint. The paint markers won't come off, and the Sharpies won't come off. So that shows us 2. Now I have a white one. So let's see. How about we do beauty? What would be beauty? What kind of a picture would you come up with that might be depicting beauty? Well, we did a flower already, but you can do all flowers if you choose, because you're not giving them all to one person. You're going to be spreading them around. So you can do flowers if that's what you really like to do, or trees, or birds, or bunnies, or animals if you're good at drawing those kind of things. I'm not good at drawing those things, but I can do trees and flowers and suns and things like that. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So make your chart with the alphabet and put down your words when you think of them, and make your card, and you can make the card on cardstock or even just a little piece of paper, and just write a gift for you, and says, thank you for making a difference. you can choose your own words. You can put whatever words that you would like to put on here. And just be sure you put from an aspiring volunteer. And that's inspiring to let them think, wow, how could I volunteer? How could I make a difference? What could I do? So you have been a student, you have been a teacher, you have been an example. You've been all kinds of things, simply looking for your talent. And you may find it in this. You may find it in your drawing. You may find it in the aspect that you like to volunteer, just like was in the book, where the little girl read books to children. And they did a donation center, where you donated items you no longer are using, where other people can use that don't have. So you can do something like that, or you can do something like this. With this right now is the best thing that we can do, because we can't mix with a whole lot of people at this particular point in time, because we want to keep everybody safe and healthy. So this is one of the ways that you can make a difference in your neighborhood or at the park. Even at the park, I don't think you want to, you can still put them in a Ziploc bag and put them around if that's what you choose to do, or just put the stone down and let the stone do all your talking. You don't have to put a card in. But in your neighborhood, it might be fun to do the card. All right? So you can, maybe mom and dad can make them on the computer for you. That would be kind of cool. You can design them with different colors and pictures and whatever you'd like. Okay? So that's what you would do with your stones and the map of your neighborhood, so that you've made sure you've got most everybody in your neighborhood that you can. But the other part of the map is you want to save for the next time, because you don't have to do it all at one time. You could do it over a month or a couple weeks or something like that. So it will give you an opportunity for you to make a difference and possibly discover something that you're talented in, or a skill you have that you'd like to make it into a talent. And you can go hand in hand with that. So I hope you enjoyed the story this morning and the project. If you'd love to do that, that would be terrific. And maybe, never know, I might get a stone on my front porch. Or you might surprise your neighbors and maybe even your friends that you can't see right. You can't go over and see right now. You can certainly leave a little gift just from you. And they did make a difference in your life, right? All right. Have a wonderful week. Enjoy your week. And enjoy doing the stones. Thanks very much for coming, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.